Hi, I'm Elle, otherwise known as Newos, and I'm going to talk a bit today about a shoot I did at Tankspace, which is an underwater facility for photography. I took the Interfit Badger Beam, which is a continuous light up there, and had the opportunity to play around with creative outfits, colours and lighting in general. So we had 6 outfits between the two models, so I wanted to make sure that we had a good mix of different outfits, different colours, and make them all feel like the same series, but keeping with that kind of organic shapes, and then, you know, the fabric flowing around the water, but also the more structural elements of the design with those kind of little hints and glints. You know, I'm a bit of a magpie, so, you know, anything shiny is also good with me. So yeah, we set about kind of, I love using gels and making sure that we had different colours that complemented either the colour blocked outfits or those that are a bit more neutral but maybe more shiny, heavy on the metallics as well. So I noticed as well that actually at Tankspace they had a secondary empty tank, much longer at the side of the wall, so we decided that would be a really cool backdrop. I set up one of the Badger beams just with a simple white umbrella, so single light, continuous, and shot some of the outfits before the models actually got in the tank to give us kind of a dry land look. So the setup at Tankspace itself is that there's a tank, as you would expect, so there's a big tank, and actually there's two holes in the side almost with glass that you can light through. So with the Badger beams that I was using, I was able to crank them up to kind of top power and put them either side, and either use, you know, you could do it with ungelled, or you could have coloured gels, which is what I liked using and used quite a lot for this particular series. Outside of the tank, you essentially, one of the sides is fully glass, and then you as a photographer shoot from essentially a dark room, right? So you're minimising all the reflections, so you can just shoot into this tank, which is super fun. So for some of the colours, these are standard ones that come with the barn door modifier for the beams, but for other colours I would stack different gels to get the specific colour I'm looking for, or tone different colours around to make what I wanted. For a lot of these I'm working with contrasting colours just to make sure that we bring that dimensional aspect to some of the fabric and really boost that up. So from one side you might have yellow, the other side you might have teal, and it works together to just light each side differently. For others, I might have just used the same, so we had some, like this red outfit where we just lit with orange from each side, and it makes it look really fiery even though it's underwater, which I kind of like. So other than lighting from the sides of the tank, what we actually did for some of the shots is to take the beam, put it on just a really tall stand essentially, and actually light from the open top. So it gives you a much more natural feeling, almost like sunlight through water. You get those nice little individual rays. I thought it really worked. It made it feel like, you know, this girl was sat at the bottom of the sea. You know, I really like how this one turned out. And this was just one light, no gel, no modifier, just bare bulb, straight down into the water. So while we were already lighting from above, it was a bit of a spontaneous decision to actually take some pictures as well from the top of the water. I love how light reflections play on the top of water. So, you know, these really bright areas, and especially in something like the tank where it's quite dark inside, you know, it just peters off into black. And the outfit for this particular one, you know, was very pale, it contrasted. I'm actually really pleased with how some of these turned out, even though they were just spontaneous pictures from the top. For this, it's actually literally bare bulb, continuous light turned all the way down. So, you know, to really make sure that, you know, it wasn't going to be overblown. And then I brought those back up, those highlights a little bit back up in the post-production work. Editing these and doing some of the post-production was actually really easy compared to some of my usual work. With working in the studio, you tend to end up going kind of pour by pour, some beauty stuff, you know, but there's something really organic about just loads of material in water, beautiful lights, beautiful colours. So most of the post-production was just colour grading and really trying to bring that colour out. I'm a big fan of kind of goth but make it colourful, so you know, these were really a joy to work on, and I actually got a load of edits from this set. I think the most difficult part was, you know, just choosing the right picture. So choosing the one where the fabric looked, you know, great, choosing the ones where, you know, the bubbles in the foreground or the bubbles in the background, you know, did they work? And the models did a fantastic job, so you know, I'm really pleased with the shots that we got. So I'm really happy with the sheer number of different sets and different shots that came out of this that I'm really pleased with and really pleased to have in my portfolio. All in all, I think this was such a fun shoot to be on. You know, it's really creative. To work with some people who are equally as passionate about creating something that was just beautiful and ethereal and colourful and creative was great. I definitely would shoot more underwater again. Hopefully some plans in the pipeline, so watch this space.